Hello everybody and welcome to an Away Days post-match podcast brought to you by the Liverpool Echo in association with our sponsors NordVPN. I'm your host Theo Squires and we are live on the Blood Red channel on YouTube and on Facebook. Get your comments in, we'll have a nice little natter after Liverpool run out 2-1 winners away at Tottenham Hotspur in their last game before Christmas. But they made hard work of it, shall we say, against 9-man Tottenham Hotspur. It was a strange game, but Liverpool have got the job done, they've got the victory, and they move up to 5th in the Premier League table, I believe, after that. Yep, level with Chelsea, who are 4th, though inferior goal difference by 9. But yeah, happy days, Liverpool. They extend the unbeaten run, they move up in the table, and they get a nice win on the road against Tottenham Hotspur. As I said, it's not all positive. There's been a few injuries. They made hard work of it. It was not a good first half. Both sides were sluggish, not at the best, giving the ball away cheaply. But the game changes when Xavi Simons is sent off midway through the half after a VAR review. He goes in late on Virgil van Dijk, leaves on his ankle. He's initially booked VAR. So referee John Brooks to have a look at it on the monitor. He upgrades it to a red card for serious foul play. Game gets to half-time, it's 0-0. Liverpool bring on Alexander Isak for the injured Conor Bradley. That's the first blow here. Conor Bradley, he's picked up a little injury, but Isak doesn't take long to make an impact. Lovely goal from him. And Florian Wirtz has his first Premier League assist. Hugo Ekitike, Wirtz and Isak all linking up really nicely in this move. Ekitike threads it through to Wirtz with a nice through ball. He then slots it into Isak, who finishes well first time into the corner. Unfortunately, Isak gets injured in the process, clobbered by Mickey van der Ven. He looked in real pain and real discomfort after taking a blow to his ankle. Hopefully not too serious. He did limp off. We'll have to wait and see, but it's another injury for Liverpool. Jeremy Frimpong comes on for Isak, his first appearance since the end of October as he makes his return from injury, and he gets an assist, a lovely cross for Hugo Ekitike, who scores with a looping header into the far corner for his 5th Premier League goal in the last 3 games. The Frenchman is really on form at the moment, but Frimpong is then later forced off, though he's warming down in front of me now on the pitch, so I'd imagine he'll be fine for Wolves. He took a blow to the face from Richarlison and was a very blooded mouth, so Liverpool sent on Chiesa for him, but he looks like he'll be okay. Bradley and Isak less so. There will be another absentee against Wolves, I'm afraid. Dominic Szoboszlai, he got booked after Spurs pulled a goal back through Richarlison. It's just always Richarlison against Liverpool, isn't it? Bit of a goalmouth scramble. Liverpool failed to clear the lines time and time again, and he rifles it home into the corner. Szoboszlai booked in the process there for his complaints. But Spurs then, they finished with 9 men as Christian Romero has received a second yellow card for a dissent of his own when trying to get Ibrahima Konate sent off for a second yellow card. A really mad, crazy second half here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, but Liverpool get the victory, they get it over the line, and I'd imagine neither manager, head coach is going to be too happy with some of the decisions from the officials. Obviously, Spurs very physical. When you look at the number of yellow cards, I believe they're going to get a fine because of the number they picked up, with Thomas Frank also getting booked, but they were not happy with the number of set pieces Liverpool getting and the players going down. But then Arne Slot will have every right to be aggrieved at some of the injuries against his players because it was very heavy-handed from the Tottenham team at times. And if we go through Liverpool's absences now, they will be down to the bare bones against Spurs. I think it was, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 senior outfield players available for today. You would not be surprised if that drops to 11 against Wolves. Depends if Joe Gomez is fit to recover and play. Depends if Isak is okay. Depends if Conor Bradley is okay. As I said, I reckon Jeremy Frimpong will be fine. He's warming down in front of me as we speak. But yeah, there's a number of absences there, and it was already a very young-looking bench with Engamoa, Welty, Lucky, Trey Agnoni, who came on late on, and Calvin Ramsey. So Arne Slot really is down to the bare bones there. You'll have to wait and see who we can actually pick in his team. Who can go right back? Because if Szoboszlai is out, Bradley's out. Is Frimpong ready to start? Because he came on a right wing today. So that could be a difficulty for him. But that's a problem for another day. Liverpool can enjoy the festive period first, or enjoy the Christmas holidays first before thinking about Wolves on the 27th. Celebrate this victory, which sees them move back up towards those Champions League places. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Like I said, we are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. Few new 2273 is saying the audio in my ears I'm sorry if the audio is not great here. Am I too loud? Let me know what needs to be done, and I'll have a play with the settings. We have got a couple of fans here right next to the press box being very loud, so hopefully it is just background noise. They've gone now, so maybe you can hear me a little bit better. Apologies for that if it's not the best audio for the first 5 minutes of the show, but hopefully it's a bit better now. Red Bellion says, what on earth was Virgil doing when we conceded the goal? Yeah, it wasn't the best from Van Dijk, was it? He air kicked it, panicked a little bit there. Him and Gnarte and the Spurs player all went for the ball. Virgil missed it, and Richarlison's there to rifle home. But he's gone a bit stronger here with the following up, saying Virgil and Salah should have left last season. Make your own minds up on that. I wouldn't go that far. Mark Dickinson from Southend says, a fantastic win, 2-1, love it. That's 6 unbeaten for Liverpool now. Another victory for them, 3 in a row. Happy days. Red Rebellion also says the goal Isak scored, that is why we signed him. He was unlucky to go off. Yeah, we really hope that it's nothing serious for Alexander Isak, that just a little twist of the ankle, nothing like ligaments or anything, because it was a really good finish from him and a nice positive sign to see him linking up well with Verts, well with XTK. Like Liverpool's new look attack there. And they combined, they got their first goal, the three of them, and it was a really good move. It's a shame if Isak's having to miss a few games there, because you'd imagine when you've got Wolves at home and Leeds at home coming up, that would have been a perfect chance to unleash him and Hugo Ekitike together. And if he was available, Arne Slot might not have had much choice when you think of the other absences they've got at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what injury update Arne Slot offers in the post-match press conference. If Palace did not pull the plug on Gay, Virgil would have likely found himself on the bench too. That's a very big shout, Red Rebel, and I wouldn't have gone that far. It just means they've had more options to rotate and protect the players a little bit. But yeah, Gnarte was another impressive enough performance from him, a bit better than Virgil. We'll have to wait and see. Lots of people defending Virgil here. They don't agree with you, Red Rebellion. I'll have to get some of their comments up. Team without Virg would fold, says Her of Kavak. Have the same problem with my audio fiddle connection better, says Who Knew. I'm not going to be able to hear the audio until after. Hopefully it's not too bad and we can still put this up as a podcast on our channels. Hopefully it's just a little bit too loud. I don't know whether I'll move it down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Apologies guys if the audio isn't great. As I said, I can't play with it until later on. It's just guesswork from me at this moment. Joys have been on the road. We don't have producer in the background here helping me out today. Hopefully it's not too bad and we have got a usable service. You're all hearing me okay. If not, I apologise, and we will strive to be better for Wolves and Leeds next week. Paul Moon happy with the 3 points. Move on to Wolves. Last minute, Liverpool struggled against 10-9 men. Slot should have substituted Vets earlier on, says Mwangi. Problem with that is he didn't really have much he could have brought on. You look at the bench, Isak came on and then went off. Robertson came on late on, along with Enyoni. Frimpong had to go off. You got Chiesa, and then all you've got left was Calvin Ramsey, Rio Ingemar, and Wellerty Lucky. Liverpool are down to the bare bones, as I keep saying. They can't make substitutions as early as maybe Arne Slot would like because the attacking reserve isn't there, and it's going to be worse against Wolves now because of the injuries. We'll have to wait and see how bad it is. Huni reckons it could be out until January if it's his ankle. You say that Szoboszlai was out, injured his ankle last week, and he was back today, so it just depends how serious it is, doesn't it? Huni also wants to see a new winger come in January. I'm going to hazard a guess that Semenyo is the man you have in mind, but maybe a centre-back could be high on that wanted list as well. And he picks the following Verts as his man of the match. We'll have a look at Doyley's player ratings at some point in the show to see who he's gone with. I think he might have agreed with you, to be honest. I think he's... Yeah, he's got Verts up there. He's got Virgil van Dijk up there, so Red Rebellion won't be happy with that. And I can see a number of you in the comments be happy with Doyley's choice. We'll get to that in a little while. Let's have a look at some of the stats whilst we're at it, because it was a strange game considering Spurs had 9 men. Liverpool just weren't at the best at times. First half especially, they were sluggish. They were giving the ball away. Passed it around a bit better and looked confident after taking the lead. Injuries disrupted them a little bit, but then as soon as Spurs get one back, even though they've got fewer men, Liverpool made hard work of it. You could tell they're lacking a little bit of confidence there, and Spurs piling on the pressure. Maybe flashbacks to that game against Leeds where they got that 96th minute equaliser. But at the end of the day, Liverpool managed to get it over the line. So can't have too many complaints. They did dominate possession, 65%. XG only 0.6 if you care about those things. Both sides 4 shots on target. Both Spurs had 15 to Liverpool's 8. Obviously, the only statistic that matters there is the goals scored, with Liverpool 2, Spurs 1. Liverpool had 30 touches inside the opposition box compared to Spurs' 20. Alisson had to make 4 saves compared to Vicario's 2. Liverpool won 16 area battles to Spurs' 9. Fouls committed was around the same. Liverpool had more corners, 6-2, covered a little bit more distance. Spurs also hit the woodwork, actually. Kolo Muani with a deflected shot hit the bar. Spurs with a lot of shots outside the area off target. So you could say Liverpool probably deserved the win. They edged it, but they were against 10 men for the majority and then 9 men. So you'd be disappointed if they didn't. As it stands, the Premier League table has Manchester City top because they beat West Ham earlier today, though Arsenal were about to kick off against Everton, so they could reclaim top spot with a win. A draw would not be enough for the Gunners. Aston Villa play Manchester United tomorrow, so say Everton beat Arsenal, Villa can go level on points with Arsenal. So the title race really is heating up there, potentially. And then you've got Chelsea and Liverpool a little bit further back on 29 points apiece in 4th and 5th place. Crystal Palace are against Leeds, so they could also move on to 29 points. So, and Manchester United, I said against Aston Villa, so I'd say Manchester United when they go up to 29 points as well. So I haven't seen Arsenal go really quite clear at the top of the table earlier on, and Liverpool going on that losing run. They're not too far off the pace at the moment. I'm not saying they're going to be back in title contention or anytime soon. Like, the number of absences is going to be a real killer. But it is nice to see a little bit more respectable as they get back into that Champions League battle. Who knew goes, we won. That's what counts. Grind out results now. Summerd is not happy with the 500 passes, but never got over the halfway line. It was very slow from Liverpool at times, trying to control play, not really got the zip in the pass and getting forward. Spurs were quite defensive though, so we'll have to wait and see there, won't we? Like, Liverpool have had this issue for a number of weeks now, a number of months now really, where they're struggling to break down sides and they're not creating enough chances, clear-cut chances. But today, the strikers they spent all that money on were clinical. They took the chances when they came their way. Isak, 1 chance, 1 goal, finds the corner. Ekitike, brilliant climb, brilliant header, finds the top corner. It's what they paid the money for. So that's the difference here. If Liverpool, even with limited chances, can take them, they can win games, and that's what's happened. So it might not be pretty, but they got the job done, and it's just a shame that if Isak's out for a while, we're not going to see those two playing up front together for a while. Hopefully nothing too serious. We'll just have to wait and see. I will be going down to the post-match press conference shortly, and we'll have an update for you on the Echo website as soon as we get it. We'll go into Doyley's player ratings now. As I said, star men for him, Virgil van Dijk and Florian Wirtz. For Wirtz's performance, he said, look to get Liverpool going on quick passes and shot saved by Vicario before unlocking the Tottenham defence with an assist for Isak. Good display. And on Van Dijk, he says, on the receiving end of Simmons' red card challenge and troubled defensively before a series of massive headers as Tottenham pressed in an elongated extra period. Lots of other 7s and 2 6s in Doyley's player ratings there. They're on the Echo website. So go and have a look there, see if you agree with him, see if you disagree with him. I'm sure you can let him know on social media what you think of his player ratings and let him know who's your man of the match there. But here, for me and Doyle, it's Florian Wirtz, and it is Virgil van Dijk. We'll also have Doyley's snap analysis and his analysis, and the Paul Grost verdict coming up at some point. We do have a couple of injury updates as well, as I've already mentioned, with Alexander Isak and Conor Bradley going off. As I said, Jeremy Frimpong should be okay, but we'll get an update from Arne Slot ASAP, and you will know as soon as we know. What other comments have we got coming in? Sean Jeffrey bemoans how slow Liverpool were. It is deliberate though, isn't it? Trying to have that more controlled pace of games. It's not pretty to watch at times, but they are signs they're beginning to click a little bit more in attack in terms of the link up between Wirtz, Ekitike, Isak. So maybe it'll come a bit more smoothly in the second half of the season. They just need to have players back from injury, because that absences list, my word, it is getting long. And they're going to have to really manage the squad carefully over the next couple of weeks if they've got another couple of longer absences. Since I mentioned the Everton-Arsenal game in the Premier League table, we've got a couple of people here cheering on Everton, obviously wanting Arsenal to drop points, so the title race here really heats up. we'll have to wait and see there. Like Arsenal, surely they get that done. No offence to Everton, who have been good at new home stadium at times, but it's a big statement if they don't. If Arsenal drop points here, like they were so far ahead at the top of the table, it was beginning to look like Liverpool last year. But yeah, we'll see what happens there if the title race does emerge. Liverpool do obviously go to Arsenal in the new year. Could be a game where they're without Mohamed Salah again. Depends how Egypt get on at AFCON. But with the gap currently 8 points, with Arsenal only just 7 points, sorry, because they're kicking off, making it 8, with it being a draw as it stands in like the second minute. It could be a little bit closer, depending how results go over the next couple of weeks. Any other comments for us to engage with? No, not particularly. If you want me to carry on, guys, you might have to send me a few columns. Otherwise, we're not going to have too much else to go on today's post-match podcast. It'll have to be a briefer edition. No points there, because it means I can get home earlier, and it is quite cold out here in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium at the moment, and the lawnmowers have come out as well, so that could be another thing that interferes with the audio. Hopefully nothing too bad though. No, we have had a comment going, Salah can stay at AFCON, don't want to spoil the run, says who knew. 8 wins. Well, 8 wins. What am I on about? 6 unbeaten without him in the starting 11. He did well against Brighton. He's still going to have a big part to play second half of the season. Tony Hewlett says, I'm just saying we should have a go outside the area instead of trying to walk it in. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, you've got players who can shoot from distance, but Liverpool just trying to pick those gaps, pick the moments. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing, is it? Like, we're used to the pressing, the high rate energy from a Jurgen Klopp era. It'd be nice if there was a bit more of a mix there. But at the same time, the last few games they have looked a bit better. They have been unbeaten. Like, this wasn't as impressive as Inter Milan or Brighton. But it was against 9 men, 10 men, and they made hard work of it. But they took the chances and got the job done. Kovac says, get home and have a hot chocolate. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Only problem is I won't be home for another 3-4 hours. Joys of Tottenham being so far away. But it is closer to me than it is to Doyley and Gorsty. They're going back up to Merseyside tonight. But with it being the Christmas holidays, I am at my mum's. She lives in Cambridgeshire, so only an hour and a half for me to get back to hers for my Christmas holidays, spending some time with the family before being back up at Anfield for the Wolves game on the 27th. So you will get your post-match podcast after the Wolves game. We carry on as normal. As I talk, I think I can see Florian Wirtz having a little natter with someone pitch side. Maybe that's a post-match interview for the club channel, so that'll be something to look out for tomorrow. But yeah, we said he played, well, maybe he's just having a catch-up with someone, I don't know. I can't quite see from this angle. But yeah, Florian Wirtz, I've already said, had a good game. Got his first Premier League system, a long time coming to, and it's a really well-powered, well-placed pass. He is growing in stature, isn't he, the last few weeks. He's really looking impressive. I'm still not the biggest fan of him on the left-hand side. I want to see him at number 10 in his favoured position, but he has got this free role to roam where he likes, and he's still quite central. I want to see him more involved in that final third, and like in the box in the danger area, rather than having to be on the wing trying to break into the box and create space when they've already got men back. Like, his goal comes from that, when having the space in the final third to be able to play that pass through to Alexander Isak to open the scoring. As we said, nice link-up play, nice promising signs from Liverpool's three big money signings from the summer. We'll have to wait and see if they sign anyone in January, because looking at the squad, they're gonna need some reinforcements at this point. They're already down to 2 available senior backs, and Konate and Van Dijk, after Joe Gomez got injured, but Leone already injured, and we talk about Szoboszlai being suspended. Konate is now 1 yellow card away from suspension as well. He's only got a couple of games to get through, Wolves and Leeds, but if he gets booked in either of them, he will have to serve a 1-game ban against either Leeds or Fulham. So depending on how serious Joe Gomez's hamstring injury is, Liverpool then might have to play Ryan Gravenberch at centre-back or Andy Robertson, and that is not ideal at all, because we already know Wataru Endo is out, and then we've also got, what happens at right-back, because Szoboszlai is suspended for the next game. Bradley's gone off. Is Frimpong ready to start? Would you play him at right-back when he's coming at right wing today? Arda Slotter's got some difficult decisions to make in the next few days, and his medical team will have to be working very hard to get some players back from injury. Just looking at the goal down, the replays here, he plays it through to Ekitike. Ekitike throws it to Verts, and then Verts with a lovely pass through to Isak, finishes well, but he's in agony as soon as that contact comes in. You can tell he might not think it's a good one. It looks painful. Hopefully it's more of a case of the Szoboszlai one, where he'll be okay in a few days, but you never know, do you? Hopefully nothing too serious, but I'm not optimistic given how he went down and his reaction. Such a good goal, though. That's why Liverpool signed him. That's the first real glimpse we've had of Alexander Isak from Newcastle United, isn't it? That's why they spent the 125 million. Alert to a loose ball, links up well with the strike partner, makes a run in behind the defence, and then finishes it first time. It's instinctive, it's prolific, it's clinical. More of the same when he's back from injury, whatever that might be, and it's perfect weight on the pass from Florian Wirtz. If we get a replay of the Ekitike goal, that will be similar. Nice little loopy cross from Frimpong, and then Ekitike times his run, climbs perfectly, looping header into the top corner. Looking at the replay of he's again injured. Again, it's McAllister's calling on the physio straight away, so that's not a good sign, knowing that he's injured. Herkovac also asked, do you see much transfer activity in January? Now, there were some quotes on the Echo website that went up last night, I believe, from the embargoed section of slots pre-match press conference. We basically dismissed the suggestion that Liverpool, or played down the suggestion that Liverpool need a centre-back, saying that they don't have endless money to spend, having spent so much in the summer, and because of the squad, like, you're going to have times when you're short of a right full-back. But I think it would be foolish and a bit naive not to bring in a centre-back, whether it's Mark Gay or someone else, because it's someone you would have brought in the summer anyway. You've only got two available, and Liverpool are down to the bare bones. You need reinforcements here. Like, the injuries are coming time and time again, and it could, like, you're not going to have a side left to put together at this point. And think how much they've blown for in terms of trying to get in the Champions League, trying to progress in the Champions League. You need more bodies. I'd say they could do with another forward, and we know there's the links to Semenyo. That one looks a bit more obtainable in terms of the release clause, 65 million. But that's just speculation, isn't it? Liverpool like to get the business done early if they can, and when there's a deal to be done, they like to do it. There's opportunities there with Gay's contract being up in the summer, and with Semenyo having a release clause. But whether they've got the funds to do it, and whether there's a willingness to do it, we'll have to wait and see, because there is going to be a lot of competition for both these players, because they are obtainable. What other comments have we got? I don't know if the fans are satisfied with the team's performance. Are they satisfied with a cowardly coach who plays defensively against a team that plays with 9 men? This is a major disaster. That's very strong there. Liverpool were just protecting the win. Yeah, it's a bit defensive. He did send on an attacking body when he sent on Chiesa for Frimpong. But Liverpool are limited in what they can do because of the number of absences. Like, the only senior outfielders on the bench are Isak, Chiesa, Robertson and Frimpong. And 3 of them had to come back off. There's only so much you can do. And as Kovac has said, we look short in loads of places. Well, that's what happens when you have 8, 9, 10 players who are away at the moment. Is it that many? Is it that many they're going to be out? Premier League injuries says they're out without 6. Leone, Salah, Gakpo, Gomez, Endo, Szoboszlai. Now, obviously, Szoboszlai came back, so that made it 5. But then Szoboszlai is now suspended. You'd imagine Bradley's going to be out. You'd imagine Isak's going to be out. But yeah, there's still a fair few numbers that are not there, making it a bit of a headache for Arne Slot and Liverpool going ahead into the Wolves game. But this was a really positive win, despite a not so positive performance. Like, Liverpool played better in games and lost in this season. So considering they had that losing run, we'll just take the win, move on, have a good Christmas, or if you don't celebrate, have a good festive period, or whatever you do. And then it's on to Wolves on the 27th, where hopefully Liverpool can keep the run going with whatever bodies they can put together on the pitch. I think that's all we've got time for today. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for tuning in and joining me here from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. A nice rare away day post-match podcast. I'm not sure when the next away days one will be, but we will be back for Wolves. We will be back for Leeds United over the festive period. So keep it with us. Kovac says before on how Spurs' ground. It is brilliant. It's one of my favourites to come to. It looks stunning. The press facilities are amazing. It's a great view for all the fans here. It's a really nice stadium. If you can go, I recommend it. This is the 3rd year I've been in a row now. I don't do all the aways, but I love coming here, and it helps when it's around Christmas time, so I can use it to come and visit the family. But yeah, really nice stadium. Yeah, it helps when Liverpool get a couple of wins here as well. 6-3 last year was a lot more exciting than the 2-1 today, but all you get is 3 points. But as I said, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks to all you guys for tuning in at home, on Facebook, on YouTube. This will be going out on our podcast channels, wherever you listen to them, after the show. I'll get that up within an hour or so, I'd imagine. It'll be on Spotify, it'll be on Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. So if you want to listen back, hopefully the audio is okay. If not, I'll have to have a fiddle with it and hopefully make sure it's better for the Wolves game. And as I said, we'll be back next week when Liverpool take on Wolverhampton Wanderers at Anfield. Hopefully they have enough players to put a team together. Thanks as always. I'm Theo Squires. This has been Liverpool Echo's post-match podcast, brought to you on the Blood Red channel in association with our sponsors NordVPN. Till next time, thank you and goodbye.